All right, everybody, I am back with a brand new DC update. And I do have a bombshell for you in today's video. And I'm going to do it here right at the beginning of the video before I even get into the photos, so we can get it out of the way just right here at the get-go. Movie Hubbub, who has been making many videos about myself and some other channels, and I've talked about him in the last couple of videos. I don't even know if it's a him. If you guys go back to a couple videos ago where I talked about him and I said his voice might be AI, I have now been able to confirm that his channel is all AI. His voice is not a real human voice. Well, it was based off of a real person, but it's not him. It is 100% AI. His content is being read by an AI program. It's not him. This may not even be a him. It could be a her. And this is totally disingenuous when you have an audience and you know that this person works for DC. They're doing it in complete anonymity. They are hiding themselves, okay? You cannot trust what this person is telling you, whoever they are. The biggest lie here is, number one, that they're real, okay? They're not. It's AI, 100% AI. And it's crazy. For those who don't know, I am a voice actor. It's what I do for a living. It's how I survive. It's how I pay my bills. It's how I'm able to do videos on a daily basis. It's how I'm able to do anything. I have been a full-time voice actor for almost 12 years now, but I've been in the industry for 15. So I know something about voices. I know something about audio. And something has always been off about the way he speaks. It's this same cadence over and over again. He has no passion in his voice. He has no emotion in his voice. It's there. It's just there. And it gets grating after a while. Like, it is really hard to get through an entire video when someone is using AI, because it doesn't have cadence. It doesn't have emotion, no passion, nothing behind it. It's just a computer spitting out these words, okay? And so his channel is, number one, built on a lie. Number two, he made a video today, or she made a video today. I should say, just say DC, the company made a video today, again, trying to refute and say that Superman did make $125 million profit. It did not. It is a flat-out lie. If you go back to the one article that mentioned this, in that article, they got this number from unnamed sources, okay? There is nobody to back that up. All these outlets ran with that number because of this unnamed source. That isn't how news works. What I do here is mostly commentary, bringing you guys news as well as commentary. Channels like that are claiming to be something more. When the studio and these outlets put out articles like that, it's completely disingenuous, it's not true, and just because somebody says that does not make it true. Superman did not profit the studio $125 million. It's lost money. In his video, he talked about how Superman made $125 million, but Man of Steel only made like $46 million in profit. Man of Steel was already profiting before the movie ever got released, so everything that it made was money for the studio. That's already been confirmed, that it already made its money back because of product placements and everything beforehand. You cannot say the same thing about Superman, okay? The studio really hasn't said anything. Unnamed sources cannot be trusted. They can't, okay? I'm going to have a number of slides that I'm going to show you today that seem to come from unnamed sources, and I mentioned that. I mentioned that they're unconfirmed, okay? You cannot trust that kind of information. That $125 million was a number thrown out there by somebody just to get people talking about it. And all these studio shills and outlets ran with it like it was this amazing thing, and it's not. And they keep telling you that the toys sold like crazy. They haven't. They're on clearance. I'm going to show you a number of photos today. I'm still trying to get my hands on the Tron Steelbooks, and while I'm looking, I'm seeing all of the Superman toys on clearance everywhere because they can't get rid of them. Every time I've been, where I live, it's nothing but young families. And anytime I go to the store, the Superman section is jam-packed. They are not selling their stuff. This is the Suicide Squad all over again. The same thing happened with the merchandise there. I told you guys I'm always going to keep it real on this channel. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to make stuff up. And I've never, ever lied to you guys, and I've never made stuff up. And anytime I see the BS come through the studio, I'm going to mention it. That's movie hubbub. Whoever that person is, could be male, could be female. Hey, maybe it's even James Gunn himself. Who knows? But not a real person. Not a real person. It's freaking AI. All right, guys. With that said, let's get into today's photos. Oh, and I will address it let me address it real quick before I get into the photos. I asked everybody in the last video, do you prefer the longer form videos or do you prefer stuff broken up? If I have enough stuff to do a long video, I promise you guys I will not break it up. The fact is there's usually not that much information to go through, and if it ever happens, I know I can comfortably make a half an hour to 40-minute video that you guys will watch. But that's not what happens most of the time. But I know going forward I don't have to worry about that if I do have a big chunk of stuff I have to drop. Now, in today's photos that I'm going to show you guys here today, there's some pretty surprising stuff happening with DC. But let's take a look. First up, this was being posted all over. And I got this from Seba. And it says, Ohio State knows ball, Man of Steel theme. And in Ohio State, they did play the flying theme from Man of Steel. It was pretty dang cool. This video is out there. You can go check it out. It's pretty neat stuff. They know who Superman was. Nobody wants the James Gunn version of Superman. Now, this is one of those things that has been unconfirmed. I don't know where this came from. I wasn't able to confirm it. But David the Batman posted this. He said, okay, I need this in my life. Batman versus Superman, restore the Snyderverse. It says, fact, the first cut of Batman versus Superman had a running time of about 4 hours, just like Zack Snyder's Justice League. And hey, if that's how long it took to tell the story, I don't think anybody would have a problem with that. Because I will tell you, the extended cut of Batman vs. Superman, the version that should have been released in theaters, completely changed the film, made it so much better, and is the version that should have been released in theaters. But, again, Warner Brothers had to cut the legs off of the filmmaker. Anna Noguera on Supergirl. She's the director, and this comes from Variety. So this is a quote directly from her on why she was compelled to do Supergirl. She watched Krypton completely be destroyed. I was always like, I can't get my head around the version of the character that is so sunny. Tom King's rougher and grittier and edgier and funnier approach, by contrast, leaned into Kara's past. When I read it, I was like, there she is. And so she has a personal connection to this and feels something. I have not read this story myself. I know people either really like it or they really don't. A lot of people don't like Tom King as a writer. Now, I don't like Ben Barnes. I would not like to see him as Batman. He can probably pull off the Bruce Wayne part, possibly, but I don't see him as Batman. But Ben Barnes wants to play Batman in the DCU. He said, my parents just visited me, and they brought some little kid videos, and in every single one I was dressed like Batman or Robin Hood. Hey, I accept. Just call me. I've got Bruce Wayne ready to go. And so, I don't know. If they're going to go with a goofier version, he may be able to fit. I just don't see him. I've seen him in stuff before, and I just don't see him as the person who could play Batman and Bruce. I don't think he can be fierce enough. I just don't. Here we go. I've got a number of photos showing you guys that things are on sale. So you've got, this is 70% off on some of this stuff. You could see that the Kaiju, $41.49 down to $12.44. I wouldn't even buy this reduced. You have the T-Craft from Mr. Terrific's, the Superpowers line. This is McFarlane, this is Superpowers. From $25.99 down to $7.79. These are clearance at Target. Okay? But we're going to see what Walmart is also doing as well. Now, this is pretty cool. Scott Snyder posted this. This is an absolute Batman figure that is coming soon. I'm not really a fan of that specific figure. I would like to see maybe a thing with him and Bane fighting, but this figure doesn't do it for me specifically. It is still pretty cool, but not something I would personally pick up. All right, so here we go. Walmart. You can see it's sponsored. So when it's sponsored, whoever the distributor is of this toy has paid to try and get these to sell. You can see that this set of figures is on sale, regular $12.46 to $10.49. They're trying to get rid of them. Same here with the Flying Dog. They promoted this one like crap. $26.99 down to $16.99, and it's considered a bestseller because they're trying to get rid of it. And here we go. We got another kaiju character with Superman. This is from this other company, and I can't remember the name of the company that's doing this, but it's regularly $23.99 down to $14.17. They cannot sell the Superman toys. They haven't been selling. I've been monitoring it through the whole release up until now. And the fact is, these toys just simply are not selling. Now, here's probably the biggest news I have for you today, and I was not able to confirm this, but this is something that is floating around, and this came from DC and Marvel Life I believe this was on Facebook. But it says, the wait is almost over. First Supergirl trailer arrives in just 2 months. Now, let's assume that this is correct. Do you remember how long they waited to show the Superman trailer, and all the people that were pro-gun said, hey, that's normal. They like to wait this long. But yet, they're going to have a Supergirl trailer come out in just 2 months? Yeah, we'll see if this is going to be correct or not. I don't know if this would be correct. I don't even know what they would be attaching this to be honest with you. Maybe it will. Maybe they'll be smart and attach this to, what's that movie? Avatar, the third Avatar film. Maybe they'll attach it to that. If Warner Brothers was smart, that's what they would do. But I don't think they'd be smart enough to do that personally. But we shall see. All right, everybody. So there you have it. What do you think about all the Superman toys being reduced so that they could try and get them off the shelves? What do you think about movie hubbub not being who they claim to be? And what do you think about the Supergirl trailer possibly coming out in 2 months? Give me your predictions down below. And if you like today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. That way you will be notified as I have new videos go up. We'll see you guys on the next update.